Hi, I'm Terry, one of the Consumer Technology Specialists at Mid-Continent Public Library, and today we're going to discuss whether to use Save or Save As when we save a document in Word. To start today, I have already opened Word and I've opened a blank document. And you can tell that because, well, there's nothing on the page. And if I go to the middle of the screen and go above the ribbon to the title bar, I can see that the title of this file is Document 1, which is just a kind of fill-in placeholder until we give it a good name that describes what is going to be in the contents of this particular document. Well, there are two schools of thought when we decide to go ahead and save this document. Some people will type and type and type until they've finished creating their document, and then they will save it. Other folks like to start by naming their file because this way it gives them a focus in what the content should be. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's come over to the left where we have the File tab. Click it. And now on the far left, we can see that we have Save or Save As. Now, traditionally, if you have a brand new document that's never been named before, you would select Save As. But enough people were confused about that Word has kind of expanded and grown and improved as it's gotten older as well. And so now, whether you click Save or Save As, if you have that brand new document that's never been named, either one will bring you to the Save As window. Well, I'm just going to, do what I learned, which was Save As, click it, and then it brings up this window, which you can see in the upper left here says Save As. Now, as we look at this, it gives us all sorts of locations where we could save our document. Well, I'm going to come down to the bottom and browse. And here are all the locations that we might find on my computer. And the default is definitely Documents. And so I could save it there, but I have a little less stuff on my desktop than I do in Documents. So I'm going to save to Desktop today. Now, as I come down to the bottom, it says that the file name right now is just a default Doc1. And if I were to open more than one Word document in a session, and each one is brand new, I would also be saving maybe Doc2 or Doc3, but in this case, Doc1. So if I click to the right of that, it highlights the name, and I don't have to press Delete or Space Tab or Backspace or any of that. Because it's highlighted, I can just start typing and give it a name. Well, I'm just going to call it Example 1 today. Now, below that, I can also decide what type of file this should be. And for the most part in Word, you're going to select a Word document. But if I come to the far right and click the drop down, I see that I have a lot of other choices. So I could make this a Word template, for example, or perhaps a PDF, and depending on what you're doing, that might be really helpful. Once in a while, people need to save to a rich text format or a plain text format, and those are all there as well. Well, we'll go with the Word document, and then down at the bottom right, we'll click on Save. And now, as I look at this document, I can come back up to the title bar and see that Example 1, the name of this file, has now been saved, and now I am ready to type. Now let's add some text to this new blank document that we've just named. Something clever like this is an example, if I can spell, document. And then I'll press enter and I say, oh, this is what I want to save. It's hugely important and I don't want to lose it. So from here, instead of doing a Save As, because remember with Save As, I can change the name, but I don't want to do that. With Save As, I can change the location. Well, I'm quite content with it being on the desktop. And with Save As, I could change the type of file that I have. Nope, don't want to do that either. All I want to do is save this with some words on it. So what I can do is go to the left to File again, and this time I come down to Save. Click Save, and I've saved this document. Now, because I am linked to OneDrive, it even tells me that I have saved my document. But if you aren't and you're just saving to your computer, you'll just know that you have saved it by clicking. Once in a while, if you've saved quite a bit, you might even see a progress bar down here at the bottom. But either way, you have now saved that document. I'd like to add one more sentence to my document and then save it again. So let's add our sentence here. We are learning about save. That's good. Now I could go back to File and Save to save this new sentence to my document, or there's a faster way by going to the Quick Access toolbar, which is above the ribbon on the left-hand side. And the first button kind of depends on how your computer is set up. So mine has autosave because I'm connected to OneDrive, but to the right of that is a floppy disk. Now that floppy disk may be the first button on your Quick Access toolbar. Either way, I can click that button, and you can kind of see just a quick blue circle there that showed that we have saved this document. If I had a brand new document that was blank and I needed to do a Save As, I could also use this floppy disk button on the Quick Access toolbar, and just like we found out when we went to File and Save As, or File and Save, we can do the same thing here. We can click on this floppy disk button, and if the document's never been saved before, it will take us to the Save As window. Let's add some more text, and so we'll add it on our last line here, something like one last. And now that we've added this information, maybe we get distracted. We think that we have gone to File and Save, or gone to the Quick Access toolbar and clicked on that Save button, but in fact we haven't. So what happens? Is it possible that we could lose this last bit of text that we've added? Well, let's see. Let's go up to the X on the far right of our screen here. That's the exit. We'll click it, and wow, Word is smart enough to know that we have not saved everything that we've typed on this page, and it says, do you want to save it, or do you want to actually not save it? And sometimes that is a really helpful option as well. Well, in this case, we're going to save, and when we save, Word closes as well. To learn more about Word, be sure to join us at mymcpl.org/online learning. There you'll see such great resources as Universal Class, lynda.com, Who Knew It, and Learning Express Library. Be sure to join us each